Welcome to Skip versus Ernestine. We're about to go round and round, and it's going to be round 48. And guess who is rejoining us out of the quote-unquote doghouse?
I got my pillow. It's Hazel.
We don't need the pillow because we have the real deal.
Wow.
We have little Hazel.
Look who's here.
Look who's here.
Look who's
Little
here.
Hazel.
She looks smaller.
Well, because you got that giant head pillow.
I don't know. It kind of looks just like Hazel.
Yeah.
Hazel, take a lick. Hazel. Oh, she's busy licking your hand.
She loves to lick my hand. I don't know
Okay,
why,
well,
but it's
we
okay.
don't need this.
She
I'm gonna
is
put this on
back
the side.
and she is badder than ever.
Hazel.
And we're going to see if she lasts the whole show because she might wind up in detention before this show is over.
She doesn't bet. I'm not a betting
We
girl.
will get to whether we would ever clone Hazel. We'll get to that in just a few minutes, and that's after Tom Brady promoted his biotech company by saying he cloned his beloved pit bull. Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Start with an email. This is Sean from Houston, Texas. Movies on the Couch is one of my favorite show segments. When was the last time you turned off a movie before it was over because it was just so bad? Well, we've done that numerous times.
The Rebel Wilson.
Oh, God, it was
movie,
horrible.
That was really bad.
Yeah, we almost got to the bitter end just to see how bad it was, and then we finally said, okay, that's enough.
And then we actually did turn off one that we're going to talk about because we couldn't take more than one episode.
Oh, that's true. That's a
The
good
new
point.
Kardashian.
Okay, well, that leads to our next question. This is Boomer from Colorado Springs. Ernestine, your girl Kim K's new show is universally being called the worst show of the year, if not ever. And
bad.
he goes on to say, possibly the worst show ever. How big of a smile do you have right now? Are you smiling?
I'm laughing.
You're laughing? Okay, so on Saturday
He
night,
forced me to watch
I just said,
it.
look,
didn't wanna
if we're
watch
going
it.
to speak on it, we have to know it.
Yeah, but we
at
didn't
least
really
a
have
little
to, 'cause
bit.
we would know how bad it was.
No, we wouldn't
by
know.
0 Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, but you never
reviews.
know. How many times have we read those reviews and then gone to a movie where we said, God, what
Yeah,
are the
well,
critics?
that's maybe like if,
Okay,
Leonardo
so we watched
DiCaprio's in it, but not.
we watched episode 1 of All's Fair, and I got to tell you, she's not going to admit this, but she kind of liked some of it.
No, I will admit I liked it. I told my friend Francesca, I told my friend Robin, I told my friend Richard, I went through all my friends. I even told my friend Joe in Italy, you have to watch this because it's so bad, it's funny.
Okay.
It's hysterically bad.
I want to
and
remind
funny.
you that on Hulu, it was promoted in the description as a comedy.
No, but I'm not saying funny as a
I know,
comedy,
I know.
funny as in pathetic,
Okay.
horrible writing. I feel so bad that Judith Light, who I love, Glenn Close, Niecy Nash, Naomi Watts.
Yeah.
Who else is in it? There's somebody else that I'm missing is in it.
The other one who plays the villain.
Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, Sarah Paulson.
Why they had to be in this
I don't
is
know.
so. I guess they did owe.
They sold their
Ryan
souls for
Murphy
this.
maybe
Yes.
a favor, but oh my God.
It actually qualifies to me as good bad
Francesca
because
brought up. Wait a second.
Okay.
Francesca, my best
Yes.
friend. We were laughing today about this. If you remember watching Saturday Night Live, they did a skit called Santa Barbara.
they did. It was like
a-
Santa Barbara
It was a spoof on soap operas. It's just like Santa Barbara.
with mugging to the.
It's so funny. And the guy who plays Kim Kardashian's husband, he's supposed to be a 3-time Super Bowl football
Champion,
player. He no more looks like a football player than
looks
Hazel
like
looks a
looks like a white basketball
he looks
player.
like a model. He just looks like a young model for,
He
like
does not have
American
an NFL
Eagle.
physique
No.
or demeanor
It
or
has nothing-
style or swagger.
Oh my God, it is so funny. If you want to sit and watch something that makes you laugh, watch this. Not
Okay.
because it's a comedy, because it's pathetic.
I'm sorry. I am going to defend Kim K on
Okay.
one point. She has the most ridiculous, painfully obvious name. She's called Allura because she's alluring. Okay, but you don't get this because you're a she, but she is alluring in her own way, and it might be because of her real life background. That I know she was with him and him and him, and there was I didn't see it, but there was some kind of sex tape that launched her early.
Yeah.
She has a presence about her that is sexy. I don't care what you say, even though she looked pretty hideous. Her hair is kind of this greased down, short-haired. I don't get that part.
I don't get
And she's
anything.
got the giant butt that I know a lot of guys like. I don't. And she looks chunky in this because I think she is. I guess that's who she
Difference
is.
you don't really ever see her acting. You just see her
Okay.
in a still shot.
Okay, but her delivery is Ice Maiden delivery, where she's kind of above it all, and I know it's a little stoic and a little wooden maybe, but she's doing it with the Kim K kind of. It's a subtle swagger that she has that she pulls off on camera, where I buy her as that character. I just don't buy. She lives in this Beverly Hills mansion that
whole
is
thing is a
is
joke.
beyond comprehension. You want to talk about fairy tale, and I'm like, well, whose money bought? No, you gotta wait. You gotta
Well,
wait.
she's supposed to be a
You gotta wait.
high-powered lawyer. There are high-powered
I know,
lawyers.
but
They're
this is
making
beyond
billions
lawyer.
Of dollars.
No, but this is beyond lawyer money.
No,
This
there
is
are some lawyers here in Beverly Hills that make money like that, but it is just ridiculous. And then they're in this law firm, and of course it's the secretary comes in, it's a female who's wearing the hottest outfit, and she's giving them champagne to sit her and talk about their new case. It's Fantasy Island, but I guess, I'm sorry.
It's all fantasy.
I don't agree with anything that
And
you're
the
saying
dialogue
to me about her.
is pretty ridiculous, except she pulls off some of her lines where I buy her.
Well, maybe
as a
she
cutthroat,
wrote them. I don't know.
Cut your balls off lawyer. That's what she is. I mean, but that's
Right,
the part
when
she's
she
playing.
says, "Come on, girls, we're going to have to get our claws out because this is where we, scratch." Oh, please. Anyway, I'm sorry. F minus F minus
The
F.
one I'm ashamed for is Naomi
everyone.
Watts because
And Glenn
Okay, but
Close.
Glenn Close has just a cameo at the first because she runs the law firm they break away from,
Yeah.
right? And then she's not in it after that.
No, and Niecy Nash, who I like Niecy Nash.
She's very good. She might.
She's funny in this.
She's the
She's
best.
playing the
She-
best.
She pulls it off.
She could play it, yeah.
Okay.
But Naomi is out of.
Naomi. You always say
Whatever. Naomi,
It's not
Naomi.
Naomi, it's Naomi.
Whatever.
I don't know why you say that.
Whatever.
But the point is, she's been in all these high-level indie flicks,
She's
going
a
back
really
to
good
Mulholland
actress.
Drive, where she had her breakout, and she's off Broadway.
She's been in
she's-
great movies and shows, and
Yeah. I mean,
it's
she's
just so below her.
she's way overqualified for this. And she did it. I guess she did
and
it
her
for the
makeup
money.
is really bad in this.
Okay, but you got to give it up to Kim K because she's pulled off becoming something from literally nothing. She has, it's like you say, what does she do?
Well, it's called It
nothing.
Girls.
She's
They're
the It Girl.
It Girls. But you have to go all the way back to why they became, thanks to Ryan Seacrest, the reality show was because of her father with the O.J. Simpson trials and the O.J. That was the whole connection. And then,
Robert Kardashian.
Right, and
yeah.
then that put them into this reality show, which they all had different faces back then because
Yeah,
they don't look
that's
like
true.
those people now.
Fair.
And Bruce Jenner is not Bruce Jenner anymore, so everybody is changed.
I used to know Bruce
But-
Jenner when
right,
he was
a man.
a man
but-
and an Olympian.
Right, but the thing is, none of them had anything except their father was Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, but she will drive the ratings of this because and I
think
know.
it's going to be canceled within. I don't even think it would be. I don't even know if it sees the light of day for another episode if it's not canceled already.
Well, it's not canceled.
Well, whatever. I don't think it's coming back for a second season.
Well, after we watched the first one, you were like, "Well, do you want to watch the
You
second
said
one?"
to me, "Do you want to watch the second?"
She
You
said
liked it.
She said.
You liked it. I did not.
but
I wanted to
it's
change it. It was
totally
hysterical.
discardable to me, and I just said, "No,
I didn't
I'm
even
out."
want to watch the first episode.
Okay, you didn't, but then you kind of got into it because
Laughing.
I know, but you want to kind of see what happens, and then the one.
Oh, I don't want to see what happens.
Now Kim's husband is having an affair with this other woman.
with the secretary.
Oh, that's the secretary.
the
Yeah, I
secretary.
forgot about that. That's right. Okay.
I'd rather watch HGTV.
Hey, where are you going?
Let her- she's okay. She
Oh, well,
sees
'cause
my
of that,
tissue.
and you should
But
have-
I would rather watch HGTV,
Now we're gonna
House
have a
Hunters
problem with her.
International,
Yeah.
Lottery Dream Home,
Okay.
Any of those.
Well, I understand that, but I don't think it's as bad as you think it is, and I promise you people will watch it.
I guess
Her
women-
believers, and there are
I'm
millions
sure,
of
yeah,
those.
there
I mean,
are.
she's not Taylor Swift, but at least Taylor Swift can make music, right?
Well, she does sing. I
Yeah.
mean, she has a
I don't
voice
know
and
if she can
write.
sing, but she can
Well,
write.
she definitely
and she
is
can
a
perform
yes.
at the highest level.
So,
okay.
well, also wasn't Kim in American Horror which was
She's
Ryan
getting a lot
Murphy's?
of gigs, yeah.
So she's got something with Ryan
Yeah,
Murphy.
but it's not because she can act, it's because she's she. That's it.
Right.
It's just
it's
because
a novelty. It's
yeah.
it's a spectacle.
But she did say the
Hazel
other day on
agrees.
social that she failed her law exam. I think it's for like the
because of
X number of
ChatGPT.
times. Okay. She's trying.
I know. Well,
And-
I guess
and
maybe
one
this
thing
is
I do-
maybe this is now she
Okay.
can play the lawyer, so she could pretend to be the lawyer that she's not the
Okay,
lawyer.
well that's true. That's well said. But
Thank you.
at least on social, she pokes fun at herself. She'll post the scathing reviews of All's Fair. I saw a whole thing that she
Well,
did.
she knows that it's just getting her more. What does she really care?
She's laughing at you, laughing
right,
at her.
Of course.
Thank
and
you.
Ryan Seacrest is laughing all the way to the bank.
All right, this is Mike from Lexington, Kentucky, and our producer Tyler has not watched this yet, so he should close his ears. Because, hey,
Hazel says
stop.
she has not watched it. Hazel has not watched it.
Okay, I think she's
back
better
to-
with me if you'll just give her back to me.
You
She's
can have
calmer
her.
with me, but
You
it's
can
okay.
have her. Go
All right,
ahead.
Okay. So, did you watch Frankenstein? More importantly, if you did Ernestine sit and watch the entire thing? Okay,
loved
that's a very good
Frankenstein.
question.
I
And was it Saturday night or
Saturday.
Friday? No,
think it was
Friday.
Friday.
We did Friday.
Friday.
Okay, so it's 2 hours and 32 minutes. And I'll just briefly tell you that we watched the first hour and 7 minutes. And at that point, we needed a bathroom break or we needed to get something to eat or whatever it was. We stopped. And I looked up and there was still an hour and
31,
25
31, I
to
thought.
whatever it was,
Whatever,
hour
yeah.
25 left. And I'm looking at my watch and we'd had a rough day and week. And,
Right.
and I said, I just don't know if I can make it to
Right.
to the end of this. Maybe let's watch 20 more minutes,
Right.
call it a night. We can try to finish tomorrow night. And before I knew it,
it was over.
it's the last scene, which I didn't
was-
think was the last scene. And I thought, wait, is there another section of this? Because it's broken into sections. And I thought, no, the credits, they're rolling.
It was great.
Yeah, and an hour and 25 minutes was left, and it passed like
Yeah, it
that
was-
to where I was just riveted. I say
It was
epic
great.
masterpiece
I
by
just
Guillermo
read-
del Toro.
I just read before we came out here. I read cinematography already could be nominated for Oscar.
Well, I hope so.
I hope he sweeps it because I think he
Okay.
is just
And the guy from Euphoria, who I don't know, the Australian
Yeah.
actor who's a stud,
yeah,
he plays the monster,
yeah.
the creature, and brings it to life, so to speak, in ways nobody on screen has ever brought. Hey, you got to stop. You got to stop, or we're going to have to just take her
may
back.
have to
Or we have to
ditch her.
I'm sorry, you're going to go back in the doghouse if you don't
Okay.
watch it. You got to wait.
Anyway, it is.
It's okay. So you have him, and by the way, I thought Frankenstein who played Victor Frankenstein.
Oscar
Oscar Isaac is Oscar worthy
He is
also.
so great.
And it obviously touched me in ways it did not touch you, because this is a father-son movie, because it opens
Yeah.
with young Victor, played by obviously a boy actor,
And Charles Dance.
getting abused verbally and physically by his father, who is austere and foreboding, as a very prominent surgeon who abuses him with a whip. He takes a whip to him because he doesn't measure up to the great surgeon that is the father. And finally,
By Charles Dance.
by
a
Charles
great
Dance.
actor.
He's great at this.
Great actor.
You buy him completely. So the point is that Victor Frankenstein says, oh, okay, you're going to do this to me. I'm going to one-up you in life. I'm going to shame you because I'm actually going to bring a corpse back to life. If you think you're a great surgeon and you couldn't even save my mother,
Right.
okay, I don't want to give
No,
much away,
I wouldn't
but
give this
okay,
away.
but the point is, that's the motivation of Victor Frankenstein. I'll show you, Dad, and then he creates a son, so to speak, who says, "Why did you do this to me? You're heartless." Well, that's exactly what I went through, where, you get to, life is about choices, except for one choice. You don't get one choice in life. And that one choice is,
Who your parents are.
you don't get to pick how you enter this earthly portal, out of what womb you come out of. In Frankenstein's case, who your creator is, and the why of the creator. And he created this lonely but brilliant monster who has high IQ, as you see through the movie, and comes to life and wants a companion because he is so lonely. He needs somebody who understands him and who can be with him, who is like him.
It's just,
It's
incredible.
incredible.
And the costumes are incredible. Set design, everything about it is incredible. It's almost Shakespearean at times. It has a very, it's just it's a masterpiece. It really is. So
Yeah.
I recommend it. If you like Frankenstein, if you've never seen Frankenstein, you should check this out.
Okay, so what's the blood level here?
Maybe a 4.
4 on a scale of 10?
Yeah.
Maybe a 5 or a
I
6
mean, I didn't
occasionally.
watch the bloody parts. But
Okay, but she never gave up on it.
No, never.
I think there are a couple scenes where you kind of drifted a little bit, where
Yeah, I
there's some
couldn't
talk, but
watch
it's
Yeah.
essential to the furthering of the plot.
It's not a Freddy Krueger movie.
No, heck no. But there are times when the monster is unleashed.
Tastefully done.
Yeah.
But it's done. It's really interesting. It's really
I
interesting.
think it's beyond interesting.
I know.
I think it's all-time epic.
I agree.
Okay, all right. This is Travis from Brooklyn, New York.
Yay, Brooklyn's in the house.
Emma Thompson in her new show is an utter badass.
Tyler
We love
looked
that
good.
show. Yeah. Tyler can
Tyler can
check
take his
back in.
earplugs off.
Yeah.
Earphones.
Love seeing older actors having the chance to show you can be a badass at any age. Do you think any age can play a badass on a show or a movie, or you think there should be an age limit to badass?
I don't think there should be an age limit. Remember we forgot about this one, Jeff Bridges. Remember
Okay.
in Old Man?
Yeah.
He was kick-ass.
It's called You're Shaking the Camera with Your
Oh,
Boot.
it was called Old Man.
Yeah, I know. But ironically, old man, and we're talking about, can you be too old to be a kick-ass?
Right,
And
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
He was
okay.
definitely a
But it's an
kick-ass.
ironic title because he's being
Right.
called old man. Okay.
Right.
So that's the point of the
Yes.
question, right?
That is the
Okay.
point of the question.
So Emma Thompson in Cemetery Lane,
Down
down Cemetery
Cemetery
Lane, down Cemetery Road,
Mm-hmm.
is, I'm not sure she's a badass. I don't know about the physicality part of it, because we watched Viola Davis in that G20, wasn't it called? Hey.
I think Hazel is going to have to go.
Okay, here, you're going to have to hang on.
Say
and
goodbye
she's
to
gonna have to
Hazel.
say goodbye.
Okay.
Hey.
Say goodbye to Hollywood. Anyway, Emma Thompson is great in this Down Cemetery Road. She plays a detective
To wait.
investigating missing
wait.
child after a building is blown up, with the great Ruth Wilson, who was in that series with Idris Elba's Luther, which is incredible, and it's coming back as a movie, I actually read today. But I think she is
Sorry.
kick-ass. She just hasn't showed her kick-assness.
Okay. I don't know that she's physical yet. She's badass personality.
Yeah.
And she's afraid of nobody
She's a tough
in
broad.
any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
she's a tough broad.
Yeah, and she'll try anything at any moment, but we haven't seen her kick somebody's ass
No,
yet.
but I think she will. I
And
have faith.
I'm not sure there's any age limit, because Helen Mirren's like 80-something,
Yes.
right? And she doesn't
She's
do
kick-ass.
physical in Mobland, but
She could.
you want to talk about a badass?
Well, she was
Helen
badass
Mirren?
in Taylor Sheridan's 1883
She
or whatever
was.
that was,
No, she's-
1923, whatever.
That was 1923.
Okay. But
And
she had the rifle and she was
well, they
shooting.
attacked the
Yeah,
house. Well, you
so-
didn't even watch
yeah,
it.
No, but I did see it. What are you talking about? I sat there with you watching she was in it before the last season that you watched alone. I couldn't take it. I watched her with Harrison Ford. Remember?
Okay. Well, in the last season, there's some big shoot.
Yeah.
There's one shootout at the house where they get attacked by the
Yeah,
bad guys.
I saw that, and then
she's up on the roof just
Yeah.
blowing people away with a sight rifle.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
where she can just
So
pick them off.
She's badass, kick ass.
Halle Berry and John Wick.
Yeah,
She's
that was
59.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't think there's any age limit.
I don't
It's
think
it's a
there's an age
personality limit. Do you have it in you or not?
Yeah.
I mean, some people just don't have it in them. I was a little dubious about Emma Thompson, and I still need to see more. We're just up to whatever they have.
Third season,
dropped
but
so
I
far.
love her no matter what.
No, but I mean, we're on to the third episode. Yeah. Right? We've seen 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. This is Matthew from St. Louis. Jonathan Bailey became the first openly gay man to be named People's Sexiest Man Alive. Should this be celebrated, or do you find it sad it took this long to name a gay man the sexiest man alive?
I think it's sad that it took this long, but I don't think it's I could care less whether somebody is gay or straight or whatever they believe in. If somebody is sexy and they elude that pops off the screen, then they're sexy. And you know that he played in that Jurassic Park that we like, the one with Scarlett Johansson. He played the scientist.
Oh.
With the little glasses.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
him.
Oh, he's a gay man. I didn't know he
he's
was a gay
gay, but
man.
he's
Okay.
great. So I think he's hot. I think he's sexy, and I
Okay.
think that is all I need to know.
Okay. So I went back and forth on this. I have zero problem with the gay man being the sexiest man alive. I get that, no issue. But maybe this is because I am a straight man, but the sort of the essence of the award from the start was that it was more of a heterosexual award, right? Maybe I'm being
Well,
old
I think
school,
that when it
archaic
started,
thinking.
People magazine, this was back in the
Yeah.
in the 80s. That was when the first sexiest. I don't think they were looking at it like that. They were just looking at it, I think, as straight. They weren't, but times have changed,
Well,
and so they have
obviously.
to change with the times if they still want to be a magazine.
So as a woman, can you find a gay man sexy?
Oh, God. Without a doubt. I have more gay friends that I find sexy.
Okay.
My friend...
Okay, time
Yes.
out. Every time I say, you got all these guy friends, I can't have anything like that, right? And
I have a lot of gay guy friends.
Okay, but you always say, they're gay. And,
Well, of course,
and
but
now
I
you're
could find
saying,
them
oh, but I'm
sexy.
attracted to them.
Of course I could find them sexy. Yeah.
Okay.
My friend Richard is sexy. My friend Tom
Double
is sexy.
standard.
No, it's not. I'm not
Big
going to
double
sleep with
standard.
them, but without a doubt.
Would you if given the opportunity?
Back in the day, probably. Like when I
Probably.
was in fashion back in the day, and I had a ton of gay guy friends that worked in my building. I had crushes, but back then it was
Yep.
okay really to sleep with gay and straight. And that's why a lot of people are not around now, because there was a thing called AIDS, and so it went further. And
Yep.
yeah. And I always think of, there are a lot of gay women that find straight men sexy.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
true.
mean that they want to date them, but beauty is beauty, and you have to celebrate if somebody has a sexiness.
I got it.
Rock Hudson had it. He totally had
Yeah.
it. And he was.
No, he was the hottest guy in
he
Hollywood.
was- and a lot of
But
women.
nobody at that point had any
Well,
idea.
he couldn't come out
He
because
couldn't
they
come
would
out.
have not
Okay.
given him another role. But
Yep.
I celebrate him. I think
Okay,
yes.
this is Aubrey from Corpus Christi, as in Texas, sans Taylor Swift, because she's on a whole different level. Yep. Who do you think is the one person that's at the center of the cultural zeitgeist? That one person that, regardless of what they do, it's going to have an influence on culture.
I think Trump.
Wow. You're not a big Trump fan.
I am not a big Trump fan, but I think that he qualifies
Wow.
because I don't know who else in this world, besides Taylor Swift and the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I put the Kardashians in there with him. Right?
Donald Trump and the Kardashians
Yeah, I mean,
are in the same
seriously, who else could make such a big bang
peas in a pod. Yep.
explosion
Yeah.
across the board?
Wow. I agree with you about Donald Trump. I like more things about Trump than you do. There are some things I don't like. But you have to give him this. He is dynamic.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
That's the whole thing. I mean, if you don't care, then you've got nothing to lose, and you do what you want to do and say what you want to say, and it helps to be the president.
Yeah, but you have to get to be the president twice, right?
Well, he's always
Okay.
had it. Even back in the day,
He did.
living in New York, and he was a real estate mogul. Everyone knew Donald Trump, and he made noise as just the real estate mogul.
He did. So I always remind you of that saying I have on the refrigerator
Yeah.
door from an old Supreme Court justice way back in the 1910s, I believe, named weirdly Felix Frankfurter. Anybody who is any good is different from anybody else.
that is
And
true.
he is different from anybody else.
That's true.
And he can set the tone the way very few have ever set the tone and pull it off. You have to be able to pull it off because you have to get a majority of the people to go with you, right? To
Yeah.
believe in you and support you and validate you, right? And
Yeah.
whether you love, hate, believe, don't buy, whatever, you have to give it up that he pulled this off, not once but twice.
Yeah.
And now there's rumblings about
They do it a third.
he'll figure out how to do it again for
Yeah.
a third time. Okay? That is power. Ultimate power. That is culture rocking and changing power.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Whew.
I'm on there.
Okay. This is from @snowpas, P-A-S. Enough time out for Hazel. Let us decide if we enjoy her company for a few minutes each
Well,
week. Thank you, YouTube.
Hope you
Okay.
saw her for the brief
Okay,
moment
so
she
we
just
tried it
came out.
again just for you, Snowpass. Maybe it's Snowpass, I don't know, P-A-S. But I don't know what's happened. We're sort of in a new venue here, and she's just not comfortable. We used to do it at a different place in
Right.
the house, more
Well,
formal.
you were containing her. She was.
Yes.
She couldn't move.
Yeah, we were
was like a
more
hand
at a
puppet.
desk where we're looking into the
Yeah.
camera, and I could just hold her here, and she wasn't distracted at
No.
all. And somehow she can't get comfortable here.
Here she wants to jump
She
around
wants
and
to
roam.
wander, and
Well,
she
we
wants
tried it.
your treats or your. She's weird in many ways, but this is the weirdest way.
She likes tissues.
She loves to eat toilet
I had
tissue.
a tissue, and so she
And she
was
went crazy. She was out of her mind
just
to
like
get
wanting
that
to
tissue.
Get that tissue.
She loves
she
to
likes
eat tissue.
tissues, toilet paper, paper towels, any paper products.
Yeah.
She's a paper product girl.
So this is @NZZN as in Nancy. I know the feeling about pets. I'm a cat person, have been since I was about 3.
Get it?
We're not.
I
Or
am.
you are.
I'm a
not.
big cat
okay,
person.
Okay. Have had to deal with 4 cat deaths in my time, and they all hurt.
Yeah.
It put me off wanting more pets because I hate that feeling of loss. We get it.
Yeah.
But I gave in earlier this year with 2 kittens who are coming up on being a year old in the next month or 2. They have been
Congrats.
so great to have
So
around.
great.
Way to go.
So nice. So
And
nice.
I always say, all these pets don't live long enough, and sometimes people live too long, where you're just debilitated and you can't function anymore, and somehow you hang in and hang on. But with the pets, once they go, they just go, and then it hurts your heart so deeply because at some point you just realize they're finished and they're miserable, and so you can legally put them out of their misery, which I have done twice in my life.
Unlike people.
Yeah. Unlike people, you can't. You can in different
you can,
countries.
but
Yeah, or you can if you
not
sort
legal
of
here.
figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
But hey, I had to take 2 dogs, big dogs, to the vet to be put to sleep. And man, it took me months to recover from that. But it was the right thing to do because they were finished.
I know. We've had my mother. We had Dobermans. We had German Shepherds. We had Pomeranians. We
Yeah.
had. You go down the line, and
Yeah.
I don't know. can you do?
Yeah, with the big dogs, once they lose their hind legs and
Yeah.
they can't control their bowels anymore,
Well,
then it's
a
just.
lot of people in this complex, though, had dogs. They're 20 and 21 years old. So God bless you. I
This
hope
is-
your kittens are well.
Yeah. At Johnny Baxter, 1953, says, people who treat their pets like children are weird. Okay? You could be right, Johnny, but we don't have children of our own, as in human children. And so Hazel became a child to us.
But I don't treat her as though she's my daughter. I do know the difference between a real person that is your child versus an animal. I do know that. But if you talk to Cesar Millan, he will tell you that people in America treat their animals too much like
They do.
real
Yeah, I understand.
kids, and that he says that's why he makes all his money.
Yep.
Because these people here are crazy. Where he grew up in Mexico, you have to work for your keep as an animal. So unless your animal can show that they're worth keeping in the house, they're not going to be in his house. So I
Okay.
don't treat animals like that.
And I think I do treat Hazel, because I've never even come close to wanting kids. We're going to talk about that. But I do treat her more as a human daughter, I think.
But I know a lot of people that have kids that treat their dogs and cats like kids. I guess
So-
it just depends on who you are to feel that you have that love for that animal.
So I play golf with a psychiatrist who I was discussing this with the other day, and he said what he has seen in his practice, especially over the last 10 years, one of the biggest issues he faces in his practice is pet bereavement, he calls it, where you're suffering
Yeah.
the loss of your pet. And he said over the last 10 years, what he has seen more and more of is people deciding that the pet is a child and treating it more like a child. Our child is trying to scratch her way out of the bedroom right now,
Oh, I
through
get
the
that.
door.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I think that, look, I love my little almond squirrel outside. I bring treats
She
for her
does,
every day.
every day.
And yesterday I was walking up and I called her and she came running down the tree, and this construction guy was walking by and he said, "That's so cute." I said, "Yeah, she knows me and she knows my voice and she knows my car." And he said, "That's the most adorable thing I've ever seen." I said, "Well, her name is Almond, so if you see her, just call her Almond."
Because she likes almonds.
Because she likes almonds. She don't like any other nuts, just almonds.
Yeah.
But I feel bad when I don't see her. I don't own her as a pet, but she's kind of like my pet outside. So I don't know if there's anything weird about that. I think it's just having a good heart.
This is from IG. It's Monarch, MONARC 333.
I like that.
Had to let my Shiba go last month.
You had Shebas.
I did. I had a Shiba. No, you're thinking of something else. I'll
Oh.
tell you in a second. 16 years old. Let me finish reading this.
Okay.
Glad things are okay with Hazel. We did have well, I think she just got an overnight bug, but it ripped her, and she had
Yeah.
her tail between her legs and was
She wouldn't
whimpering.
eat. She had chills.
Yeah, she was
freaking
shaking, and
out.
so we took her to the vet. For the first time in 9 years, she actually had a visit to the vet.
Yeah.
And we had blood work done, and this was wrong, and that was wrong, and this is and we've been watching her now for a week, and guess what?
She's back to normal.
She just seems fine. So we're just going to say, live and let live. Let's just go to the next day, right?
I'm going to start getting
And
her.
we are going to cherish every day we have with her going forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Except when
Okay.
she bites the back of my legs, I don't cherish that too much.
That's
but-
your issue, not mine.
Right.
Okay. And I told you from the start, as Caesar would tell you, you have to
I don't listen
show
to
her
Caesar.
who's boss.
That's why I never had Caesar come
Okay?
back again.
You-
I'm not going to
you
beat
have to-
dogs up.
I showed her
I'm not
from
gonna
the
beat
start.
them up.
If I say no, it's a no. And if I have to pop her on the snout and I don't hurt her,
No,
but if I pop
you're
her,
not
she's
popping
like,
her when I'm
"Oh,
around." No,
okay.
I'm not
Well, you
popping
should
her.
have taken a newspaper and
I've
just
done that,
popped
and then
her.
it doesn't work. But whatever.
So you let
So I
her,
let her bite me
bully you
occasionally.
and bite
It's
you,
okay.
and it's no good. You
Whatever.
have scars
I do
on
have
your
scars
legs.
on my legs from her, but whatever.
Okay. My Shiba, I actually had a German Shepherd named Shiba that my sister took over.
Right,
and-
but you had
and
Shiba
raised.
Inu.
Shiba Inus, that's a whole nother kind of
I
Shiba.
think that's who.
Okay, I don't know if this is the
Maybe it's
name
her name,
Shiba,
the name or the
maybe it's a
kind-
Shiba
the-
Inu, but
yeah.
I did, courtesy of, weirdly, Martina Navratilova, who was our neighbor at this point, gave us a Shiba Inu, and we immediately lost him, named Sony, within 2 months. He was
that's
just
sad.
a puppy, and we took him to Oklahoma City on Christmas, and all of a sudden it was snowing, and he went out in the snow and he couldn't pee. And then he couldn't pee and he couldn't pee, and we're like, what happened? And on the drive back, I was living in Dallas, on the drive home, we stopped soon after the Texas-Oklahoma border, Lawton, and I looked in the back and I thought little Sony was asleep, and I shook him gently and he didn't move and he was gone.
Aw,
And he had
that's terrible.
he had his
Did you
kidney.
ever take him to the vet?
Yes, and they did an autopsy, and he had a genetically flawed kidney.
I mean, didn't you ever take
No,
him to
no.
the vet before to see if the dog was okay? Like, did the
No,
dog-
but it happened like it came
suddenly?
We couldn't get him to pee all day, and then we said, well, how can he go all the way home without peeing? So I was going to see if he wanted to pee in
Right.
Ardmore, Oklahoma,
Right.
at the border,
Right.
and instead he expired. Okay, but it happens.
That's terrible.
It happens to humans too. This is Gina Williams 0. Sending love. I have a Maltese and they truly are the best. I would be lost without her and so happy she's okay. Thank you for
She
that.
gets it.
They are the best. They are tricky and difficult because they are divas.
Yeah, I wonder if her
But they
dog
have
was a
extreme
diva.
personality and
And they're
extreme
really pretty.
will. They're very she is very,
very
pretty. You took a
pretty.
picture the other night out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
She's beautiful.
And I looked at it and I said, God,
She's very photogenic.
yeah, my God. From Facebook, this is Timothy Lee. I pray for Hazel
Oh, thank you.
and for Ernestine and for Skip good health, life full of love, everlasting life, and tenfold abundance of wealth.
Same to
Thank you for that.
God
I
bless
appreciate
you.
that. Amen. And now we arrive at Tom Brady cloning his pit bull. Again, they're asking, he's an investor in a company that charges anywhere from $50,000 to $85,000, the biotech firm, to clone your dog. Okay, you go first. How do you feel about
Well, I know.
cloning
I mean,
Hazel?
Barbara Streisand has cloned her dog.
Okay.
Somebody else, and I'm blanking out who it was. Somebody famous cloned their dog. Me personally, I love Hazel with all my might, and I love her. She's my dog. I picked her out. I
did.
wanted her. But there are a lot of traits of Hazel that I don't like. You know, I can't walk out of the house without her grabbing my leg to bite me. She's very needy.
She is.
doesn't want to stay alone, and partially
Yep.
that's our fault, the way that we raised her, because
Yep.
she's not around a million people every day. But
Fair point.
and sometimes she just looks at me with this attitude like, don't even think about trying to pick me up because I'm going to bite you. Leave me alone.
That is true.
So I would not want those traits coming over.
Okay.
She's beautiful, and I love that about her, but I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would clone. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't clone a human. Like, I think that's weird what Suzanne Summers' husband wants to try to clone her back. And I love my mother more than life could ever have, but I don't know. It's just too bizarre. It's not that I wouldn't want my mother here, because I would want my mother right now, but it's too bizarre.
Yeah.
You're not getting the real person.
Yeah. I first get spiritual with this because I think you're messing with God on this. Where let God do what he does and bring you another being who is like a snowflake, completely rare. Where I don't believe, and I could be wrong about this because I haven't actually researched it, but it's just hard for me to believe that if you clone Hazel, that even though what would come out of the womb as a clone would be exactly genetically, physically like her and look exactly like her and be her exact size, that with those personality traits you're talking about, it's hard for me to believe that they would all exactly equate to the clone.
I don't know how
where
they transfer over. It's
I'm
just
not
too
sure they would
bizarre.
transfer. I'm just not sure that her personality would be exactly the same as this one's personality because it is unique.
It's kind of like
is.
that's kind of like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah. But you're messing with the natural order of things, and I don't think it's to be trifled with, but that's just
I don't know. Hazel once was enough.
one
Once was
Hazel.
enough of Hazel.
Yeah, because there's a big part of you that wouldn't want another Hazel. That, as you say,
No, I mean she's got some craziness to her. I love her with all my heart, and I would fight a bear for her. But she's got a lot of wackiness to her, and I've had a lot of dogs in my life. I've never been without a dog since I was born. We always had 2, 3 dogs at a pop. Never do I remember a dog like her. She's got a lot of weirdness, a lot of diva stuff. Like we've had Pomeranians, Great Danes, German Shepherds, Dobermans. I've had them all. Never did I ever have a temperament and personality like her.
I've had several German Shepherds. I've had an Australian Shepherd. I've had lots of dogs. I've had a collie all through my life. I've
Right.
had dogs. None of those dogs, and from what you've told me, none of your dogs
Never.
can match her in personality. And it's high risk personality because it's on the edge every second of every day. But she can also be the sweetest dog I've ever had
she's
when
very
she's
sweet.
in that mood.
But I wonder if all of these people that have Maltese, I've spoken to people like on the street, oh, they all say the same thing, oh, she's a diva. They're all divas.
Okay.
But living when I grew up with my father, we didn't treat dogs like that. My father, we had a sunroom, you know, like in a sunroom where you keep your pantry and stuff. My father would take a box, cut a cardboard box, we would put rags in it or whatever, and the dog would stay in there. It was not like what I do. Oh, here's a fluffy blanket and put it. We didn't treat dogs like divas. My father, you know, I didn't grow up having money, so my father would buy a 50-pound bag of. My sister and I laugh about it. It was called like kibble,
Yeah, I know.
niblets.
Niblets,
At the,
yeah,
you know, it'd be like $20 for a 50-pound bag. And my father would say, put some water on it and it would get it wet. It wasn't like a gravy, it was just wet, and the dog would eat it, and the dog lived to 20 years old. We never had any problems. She gets good food, she gets good blankets and whatever, and she's a diva.
She gets 24-hour attention.
Yeah, she does. So I don't know if it's maybe just Malteses.
And you want to talk
or-
about separation anxiety?
Oh, you
If
can't
one of
leave.
us tries to leave, she goes
Oh,
berserk.
she's a nightmare,
Yeah.
nut.
But trust me on this. Of all the dogs I've ever had, by far the smartest is this one.
Yeah, she's very smart.
And I've even argued with my psychiatrist friend about this, and he does not believe it, but you see it.
Yeah,
I show
she's-
you.
She's very smart.
Like every Saturday, we take her on a walk to the nearby. We have an open air mall
Right.
here, and everybody takes their dog on
Right.
Saturday. It's a parade of
Right,
people and
right.
dogs, with obviously on leashes.
Right.
And
She's gonna bang the door down.
I know she's going to knock the door down. She knows we're talking about her. But every Saturday morning, I exercise the same way I exercise every day of the week, and I'm either on the treadmill or the bike here
Right.
at the house. And she comes and sleeps in her little bed beside one of the two machines, the bike or the treadmill, and she waits. And she knows the difference. She knows when it's Saturday morning. It's impossible. And my friend Ryan, the psychiatrist, says that's impossible. She just guessing. No, she's not guessing. I show you because as soon as I finish dripping wet with sweat, she jumps up and she starts to howl bark because she knows if I'll just wipe down and cool off and put my clothes on, we're going out immediately to the mall. And it's going to be the most fun she has all week because as difficult as she has been to socialize, she still likes to people watch. She's in awe to be intrigued by the comings and goings of all these people, and she likes to watch the dogs, but if one dares to try to interact,
She don't like that.
she'll try to tear its head
But
off.
she also likes almond.
Listen, the squirrel, her
other
pet
day,
squirrel,
squirrel
comes right
came
up to
by.
Hazel, comes right up to Hazel like, hi Hazel.
Like she
and
thinks
Hazel
that
just,
Almond thinks Hazel has the nuts for her.
yeah, I know, she does. It's the
Now,
damnedest
Hazel's
thing
like,
I've
I
ever
don't have
seen.
the nuts. She's got the nuts.
Yeah.
Don't come to me.
Yeah, and
I'm looking for a nut too.
And I've told you before, she comes and watches me lift weights, and I have a very complex strategy that I use, but I never deviate. I stay right on pace of all the different movements and how many sets I do with each one. She knows it cold. She lies in her bed watching me until she knows I'm on my last set, and she jumps up when I get to my third and final set, and she's wagging her tail like, we're finished. You did it.
She's very smart.
I mean, that's brilliant. I don't know.
I'm sure everybody has little things with their dogs that they have the same thing.
I don't know.
Well, we could hear. They should
I
write
think
us,
this one
tell us.
is very special. Maybe we should think about cloning her, but
No, thank you. No.
okay. I mean, my fear would be if
She'd come back crazier.
okay, if she passes and we say, okay, let's go try another Maltese, and we just go out to Burbank and we find the woman who breeds the Malteses. We went. There were 2 left in the little crate, right?
Her and her sister.
And really, the weird part was her sister was bullying Hazel,
Yeah,
who
that's
became
why I
Hazel.
liked her.
And I didn't like
She
it.
was bigger. She had more hair
I know,
to her.
but she was just kind of like shrugging her off,
Well,
like,
she was
stop
letting her
it.
chew on her and
Yeah,
stuff. She was
and-
very gentle.
I know, but this Hazel would never allow that because
No.
she would tear that little
Saying,
girl
Let
up.
me find that sister. I'd
You
like
know,
to get
I
back
like
at
to
that
get
sister.
even with her. Well, again, my greatest fear would be, what if you get a dud? What if you get one that has no personality, and you start to think, I just don't love this.
I don't know. I think they
and you're
they-
stuck
I
with
think
the
they
dog for
get
15 years.
personalities off of who they live with.
Maybe.
You know, a woman I met when we first came out here, I met her at the vet. She was a writer for Hallmark.
I remember, yeah.
Remember? She brought her dog over, which was a Maltese.
It was.
And she was the
Same
same
age,
as
yeah.
Hazel. And Hazel, do you remember? Well, when I went to the woman's house with my sister, we went for having a lunch and let the dogs play. The woman had a nice bed and the dog had toys, and Hazel ran in and took over the bed and wouldn't let the dog in the bed and took all the dog's toys. And I
No
felt so
surprise.
bad. And the woman saying to me, hey, she's not playing with the dog. And Hazel was just like, hey, get away, this is my bed. And then when the woman came here with her dog, it was the same thing. Hazel was biting her, do you remember?
I do. I'm not surprised.
So that dog, that Maltese, is a reflection of her owner, which she's kind of mild and, you know, very, very nice woman. She lives with nuts here. We're 2 nuts.
And we're both nuts.
So
you
that-
don't mean like almond nuts, like
No,
nut
like
nuts.
we're insane. So that's why she's
That is
insane.
true. Okay.
So the dog.
So you think we
We
socialized her to be insane?
Yes,
We raised her to be
We raised her
insane.
to be insane.
I don't know. I think I'm the sane one here.
You're the absolute mega insane, but whatever.
Hazel, warrior princess. That's all I know. And I love her to death.
Me too.
Okay. You kinda
Although
come
I don't
and go.
want the biting going on
Yeah,
too much.
no, I got it.
Whatever.
That is it for round 48. We will see you next week, if in fact we're still
We
speaking.
will be talking. Peace out.